just a quick overview of the GJ Locks multi-pick. It's a modular system, which basically means you can swap tips about. Like that's a tip for your 5 and 5.5 gauge curtain mortise lock. There's one for a 7 gauge mortise lock. So this is the base set. Basically you get the two tips which cover your three sort of more common curtain lock gauges. You get a left and a right short wire and a left and a right long wire. So pretty much all you're going to need to defeat most curtain locks when you understand how to use it effectively. There's a couple of features. We've got a cutout here with just some spacer lines just to give you a rough guide of where you are in the lock. What you could do, you could insert the tool into the lock, pull a wire towards the front of the lock, so you're under lever number 1. You could then get a little marker and you could mark your wire where the first line is. So then as you move that wire through the lock, you've got a rough idea about what lever you're under. See if we can do a quick example here. So okay, so lever number 1 be the lever closest to us. You could then get a pen and you could mark on that first line. So either with a pen, or you could use you know, the little fishing line marker. It's like a really thin plastic that you can slide over the wire. You can slide it up and down until you get it where it wants. So then when you know you've got a mark on there, you know like there's lever number 1, there's lever number 2, 3, 4, 5. It just gives you a rough guide as to where you are in the lock. And again, there's the cutout there is for your thumb or your finger. Some people like to give yourself more control on that wire. You can put a bit of resistance on that wire with your finger, a bit of pressure. Just generally improves the feel and helps you guide the wire through the pack. So the beauty with this, it's not just, I mean, any curtain pick can do what we've just described. Basically all they are is tension tools and a lever lifter wire. But where this one is a bit more useful is you can exchange the tips maybe for non-curtain tips. These are for 5 gauge. So for example, Union 3 lever non-curtain lock. Can allow you to pick them with the same wire you were using with the curtain picks. And also obviously is the right hand side, sorry, to allow you to pick from the other side and put tension on. What else have we got here? We've also then got 7 gauge versions, so they're 5 gauge, 7 gauge versions for example these sort of 7 gauge locks commonly found. So allow you to tension them and pick them. You then also got extra long curtain tips, so it should be longer than the original ones that come with the tool. Now where these are handy is if you've got mortise locks fitted into a shipping container. They're often fitted quite deep, and this will allow you the extra reach. Or an Erevectis with a 7 gauge, nice long tip. Also got pre-lift tips. Now some people say, well, what's a pre-lift tip? Well, what a pre-lift tip does there, They allow you to pick the hidden curtain Mark 1 Fortress, because they've got cutouts either side here to clear the ward in. They're also handy if you've got a low lift lever in a Fortress. What it'll do when you put tension on the lock, it'll pre-lift that to the height of a number 7. So if any number 7s in the lock, it lifts them to their gate already for you. Obviously left and right. So not fully needed. I mean, if you want to pick a hidden curtain Fortress, a Mark 1 Fortress, then yes, that's when they come in handy. You don't need them specifically for Fortress. You can pick a Fortress with the normal curtain pick tips. You then got your pin and pipe padlock tips. So fit a lot of furniture locks. This one is sized to fit a Chubb Cruiser with the offset keyway. This will actually go in at an angle and allow you to pick them. Ace, Walsall, various other pin padlocks, pipe padlocks, or yeah, you know what I mean. Then you've got your squires, allows you to pick them. Your Chubb battleships, allows you to pick them. I mean, you might have to make slightly smaller wires to pick in the padlocks. We can supply them as well if you get in touch, or you can make your own. So it's basically, this is quite a versatile little tool. I mean, if you're starting out and you thinking, oh, I got to buy curtain pick, you got to buy a couple of 2-in-1 picks for your non-curtain locks, then you've got padlock tools, and I mean the list goes on and on and on. You basically, when you buy the base tool, each set of tips is like £50. So your left and your right 7 gauge, £50, left and your right 5 gauge, £50, pre-lifters, extra long tips, padlock tips, a set, they're £50 for the two. So it does actually work out a bit cheaper for you, and once you get used to picking with one particular style, so you've got a bit like muscle memory, you've got the tool in your hand, the way you like to hold it, the way you like to tension it, however that might be, you're just translating that from a curtain lock, so you do the same setup, the same feel, the same grip, over to non-curtain locks, over to padlocks. It might help develop a good set of skills and feedback using just the one tool. So I'm not saying it's the be all and end all, it's just a versatile tool that will help locksmiths or anybody who's interested in picking lever locks, be it, like I said, mortise locks or padlocks. More tips coming out. There's low. I mean, basically, if you can think of it, we can probably make it. We got tips coming out now for the lower end 7 gauge safe locks, like your Low and Fletcher sort of things. But again, it's just a bolt on. Everything is just modular. So that's a quick overview of the multi-pick and the accessories that come with it. At the moment, like I said, they're constantly evolving, and more tips come in. As soon as we got ideas or we get a need for a certain tip, then we can just go ahead and make it.